Hello, students. Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, it's a great day because we're going to start a new topic today, and that topic in mathematics is really important for your life. You know why? We not only read maths for only getting good marks. Okay, so this topic is really important. Do you know why? Because not only this subject will enable you to get good marks in your subject, it also helps you to solve many challenges of your life, right? Suppose you want to make calculation about a different type of questions, then what happens? There, some the value is not given. What you have to do? You have to apply algebra over there. Small question I just want to tell you. Suppose a question comes, you go to a shopkeeper, you gave them 50 rupees, he gave you two cold drink bottles, right? Now, how much does it mean that, I mean, say, what's the cost of one Coca Cola or maybe any cold drink bottle? Can you calculate? Yes, this is what two things are there. You pay the money, you bring some articles or some objects out of the shopkeeper, but what is the cost per unit that is not given? In this condition, you can use algebra to get it right. Okay, good. You see, we have learned numbers, operations in numbers, and also operation of properties of numbers. In our first chapter, I think we learned about whole numbers, we learned about natural numbers. We also learned about the properties of numbers. What are they? Yes, those properties are good. Closure property, associate property, commutative property. Yes or no? Distributive law.
Commutative law.
Yeah, many such things. Identity. Those things we learned in our first chapter. Very good. Now we applied our knowledge to solve any problems in our day-to-day experience also, right? Now this branch of mathematics, which is known as arithmetic, we also learned about the figures of 2 and 3 dimensions and their properties. The branch of mathematics in which we apply spaces in geometry, right? And now begin the study of another branch that is known as algebra. So welcome, my dear students. The basic features of this branch is that we use both numbers and letters, right? Yes, letters. Suppose, let us give an example. Suppose we go to a new place. You don't know the language of that place, right? You don't know the language of that place. You need to buy certain things. You need to buy certain things. Okay. So you have to say how to buy the thing. You need to get it by notes. When you give notes, that man or the shopkeeper give you things in exchange of that note, right? Suppose you bought chocolates. You don't know the exact price of chocolates. You give the money, the shopkeeper returns some money, and for 35 rupees, you get 5 chocolates. He gave you 5 chocolates by charging 35 rupees. Then what's the cost of one chocolate? There, the question comes, how can you solve it? Right? Okay. Look, first of all, we use letters which allow us to write rules and formulas in general way. How? In this case, if you understand, 7 chocolates, cost of 7 chocolate is 35 rupees. Right? Then what you can do? Let us consider cost of one chocolate is X rupees or A rupees, B rupees, whatever you can write. That is the charm of this chapter, that algebra. Here we can use letters, right? We can use letters, and through the letters we can find the answer to our question. Okay, we don't know the cost of the price of a chocolate, so we use X rupees, we use A, we use B, we use Y, we use G, whatever may be. And the numbers are represented by letters. Numbers are represented by letters. That's why we call it literal numbers. We call it literal numbers or literals. Please remind. Literals means we use letters instead of numbers to get the answer. That is called literals or literal numbers. It is not given in some books, so make a note of it. So we use both literals and numbers. Okay. Now, when we use literals and numbers, again comes a condition. What is that? There are two values. One value remains constant, always remains constant, and another value it fluctuates. It means sometimes the value differs from one to other. Suppose you take example of one condition. The cost of 5 chocolates, 7 chocolates was 35 rupees. We can take cost of one chocolate is x rupees. Then 7x equal to 35. So x is 7. X is 5 rupees. 35 by 7, that is 5 rupees. Okay. Like that, what you can do, the value of x or a, b, what it may be, it can change. That's why it can called a variable. A number, or you can say literal, whose value can change. We can change the value is called a variable. Vary means change होना. इसकी value change हो सकती है. That is called variable. But on the other hand, we have numbers. What's the numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And those are called numbers. They are constants. The value cannot change. So here again we got two new things. One is variable and there is constants. Constants means which value remains same. It never changes. That is called constant. But the variable means the value varies, changes. It can be changed, right? Very good. This it is not given in some books, so you make note of that. Okay. Next, secondly, letters may stand for unknown quantities. As I have told you, letters it has the value, it can be changed. That's why it is called variables, and it can help us to understand puzzles in our day-to-day life. It can understand help us puzzles in our day-to-day life. And thirdly, what we can see is that letters stand for numbers. Operations can be performed on them on numbers. Okay, so this leads to study of our algebraic expressions and their properties. Algebraic expressions and their properties. Okay, so let us start with some examples from the book. Once we finish the book, we will go for advanced one. So first of all, in a book, in your book, in book of NCRT, what is given over here is, let us understand about some examples. Let us go to see picture number 11.1, the figure. You see, L can be written like this. Yes or no? L can be written like this. Yes or no? This is how L is written. Okay. Instead of taking L like this, what you can do, we can use matchboxes. We can use mastics. We can use mastics, right? Let's take this is a mastic and this is another mastic. Good. So if you write one L, how many mastics are required? एक स्टिक को करने के लिए, एक L को लिखने के लिए कितने मैस्टिक चाहिए हमें? Yes.
4.
ऊपर वन टू
Two.
एक L लिखने के लिए कितना मैस्टिक चाहिए?
2.
One here, so 2. Okay, to write 2L, how many mastics are required? Here 2.
Sir, 4.
4. To write 3L, how many mastics are required? 1, 2, 3, 3 multiplied by 2. Obviously, for 1, 2 is required. For 2 to write 3L, we require 2 for each multiplied by 3. So we require 6. Okay, if we take the data and put it in a table, how it happens? You see, took this data and put it in table. In this table, what happens? For 1, we require 2. This is number of L's formed, and this is how much mastics are required. Then for 1, it is 2. For 2, it is 4. For 3, 6. For 8, 5, 10. Dot dot dot. Yes, sir. For 8, it is 16. It is like the table. It is like the table. 2 table. For 1, 2 is required. For 2, how many required? 4. For 3, 6 required. So this is what we can conclude in arithmetic. So from this, can you take a formula? इसमें से हम एक जनरल फॉर्मूला निकाल सकते हैं क्या? प्लीज थिंक. जरा सोचो. एक के लिए 2 चाहिए, 2 के लिए 4 चाहिए, 3 के लिए 5, 6 चाहिए, 4 के लिए 8 चाहिए. तो whatever may be the value, if you multiply it with 2, we get the result. Yes or no? जो भी वैल्यू है, कितना L लिखना है, अगर हम उसको 2 में मल्टीप्लाई कर लेते हैं, then we get the value, right? So we can do one thing. From this we can get a formula. The number of mastics required is equal to 2 into number of L's. Yes or no? Getting? So the formula what you find over here is very simple. And what is that? That is the number of mastics required. You got it? The number of mastics required. This is what the formula we can find it. The formula is number of mastics required is equal to 2 multiplied by L's. L's means if I say I wanted to form 20 L's, how many mastics are required? Oh, it's very easy, sir. What is that? Number of mastics required is equal to 2 multiplied by number of L's. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next, like this, what you can say, we can make the formula and we can do it again and again. How many will be required? So let us take it and put it again. For n, अगर हम इसको क्या करेंगे, टू के नंबर ऑफ एल्स है ना, तो इसको हम क्या करेंगे, n लिख दिया उसको। n मतलब instead of writing n and l हम क्या बोल दिया, we write 1, n is equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, n equal to 4, 5, like this. So instead of writing l, we can also write, we can use a, what I should do, variable. This is the charm of algebra, what I have told you. n, number of matches required is 2 multiplied by n. Suppose I say instead of n, if I say, I just want 50l, I have to make 50l. How many matches do I require? Now n becomes 50. 50
L
मतलब क्या है?
becomes
n
n
50.
becomes 50
50. The number of matches it is required is 2 multiplied by
divided by 50.
50. Clear?
Yes,
So
sir. Is equal to
the
100.
value of n is variable. ना समझ में आ गया? But this 2
Yes.
is constant. So when we form an algebraic expression, we get two values. One is constant and this is variable. Constant is the number which never changes. 2 means its value is always 2. But how many else can be formed? That can be represented by using a letter, and that is known as n, right? So
Yes.
basically small. It is written basically in small letters. So n's value can change. We can make 10 else, we can make 50 else, we can make 100, we can make 1 lakh, we can make, it doesn't matter. So this is all about what algebraic expression is. So the most important part is, what is that? Look, 2 multiplied by n in a short form, instead of writing 2 multiplied by n, we can write 2n. Yes, it is possible. So now we understood what is the charm of algebra. Algebra
Yes.
gives us the freedom. Algebra gives us this opportunity to understand maths in a better way, and we can understand it and we can solve it in our day-to-day activities. Getting? Now, you see, this rule is very powerful. Yes or no? Sarita is a student. After knowing this, she understand, oh my god, this rule is really powerful, sir. Otherwise, I had to count. अगर नहीं तो मुझे काउंट करना पड़ता है, एक के लिए दो, दो के लिए चार, चार के लिए पांच से काउंट करना पड़ता है. But by using this rule, 2n rule, I can find how many matrices are required for n number of, जितना भी चाहिए l बनाने के लिए कितना matrix चाहिए, I can understand by this, right? Okay,
Yes.
very good. Now what is variable? As I have told you earlier, मैंने तुम्हें पहले ही बोल दिया था, what is variable? And इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Literals or literal numbers. You see, 2 is a number, n is a letter, and in mathematical term we call it literal number or literal, right? From letter it is literal, and it's variable. Variable means it can vary. Vary means it can change. Its value can change, but 2 always remains constant. That's why in an algebraic expression we have combination of two things. One is constant and there is variable. Constant means the value does not change. It remains always same. But variable means the value changes. If you want, we can change it. Right? Okay, good. Look here. N is an example of variable. Its value is not fixed. Do you understand? Its value is not fixed. This line you must take care carefully. This is very important. N is an example. N is an example, and we can say not fixed. It can take any value. That is, we can form 1l, we can form 4l's, we can form 50l's, we can make 100l's. We wrote the rule for the number of mastics required using variable n. Now clear? How
Yes.
many l's are required? And to form that much of l, how many mastics are required? This can be understood. This can be understood. We can find the solution by using this formula. Now, once again, go to this word. The word variable means something that can vary. I told you earlier. Vary means change. Vary means change.
Change.
Variation, it means change. It can change anytime. It can change. Understand? Look, this is. It can vary or change. Right? Okay. The value of a variable is not fixed. It can take different values. It is not fixed. It can take different values. Sometimes it can take the value of 1, it can take the value of 10. According to the question, we have to solve it. Okay, good. Now let us understand and the topic. And the topic where we will be easy, it will be quite easy for us to make it clear. Okay, next. Look, now here's something different. Can you see the picture better? Can you see the picture?
Yes, sir.
Sanchita, can you see it? Is it visible to you?
Sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, let us go to discuss some more features of algebra. And what is that? You see, earlier we form L. पहले हमने क्या किया? L form किया. अब क्या किया? थोड़ा अलग कर दिया इसको. Now, how many mastics are required to form this kind of C? This is C type structure. Is it no? Look like a C, right? Okay. To form one C, how many mastics are required? Use a C. 3, 3. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I'm not getting your answer. 3. Okay.
Yes.
इसको लगा के means besides this we will make another C. Dear friends, how many required? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, how many? 6. Yes or no? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 1, 2, 6. Very good. Now if you want to make 3, how many are there? 1, 2,
9.
3,
Sir, 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay, if you want to make 4, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. How much is required?
12.
12.
12.
Now if you make it a table, look, if you make it a table, अगर हम इसको सजा देंगे टेबल के अंदर, if you fit in a table, now what is the value they're getting? For 1 it is 3, for 2 it is 4, for 3 it is 9, for 4 it is 12. Yes or no? For 5 it is 15. It will continue like this. So
Yes, sir.
from this, can you find a formula? Like in the previous example, can you find a formula over here? एक सी के लिए 3 चाहिए, 2 सी के लिए 6 चाहिए, 3 सी के लिए 9 चाहिए. तो can you find a formula? Number of mastics required is equal to, can you guess? How much? Number of C's multiplied by which number? This is number of C. You see, एक सी के लिए 3 चाहिए, 2 के लिए 6 चाहिए, 3 के लिए 3 चाहिए. It means to form one C we need 3 mastics. To form 2 C's we need 6. To form 3 we
Sir,
need
the multiples of 3s. These are the multiples of 3.
okay, multiple 3. But what is the multiple of 3? We can say C multiplied by how much? Multiplied by 3. Yes or
3.
no? Look, if you
Yes.
multiply 1 with 1, it's 3. 2 with 3, 6. 3 with 3, 9. Okay? Getting?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Look, this is for the formula. I told you to guess, but you people guess to some extent. You see, this is the formula. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Getting? This is
Yes.
how we can understand what is C. Getting? This is the
Yes.
system by which we can understand how many C's are required. Look, number of mastics required is equal to, here you can go, number of mastics required is equal to 3n. What do you mean by 3n? N stands for number of C and 3 is the constant. If you multiply 3 with the number of C's, then we can find the how much mastics are required for us. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Getting? Okay, good to go. Now I will go to the next topic. Now Sarita and they want to form F. Now two her friends came. Were they Amina and Sarita? Were they Amina and Sarita? They want to form what? F. Okay, let us see about F. Have you seen F? You see there is F like this structure, flag structure. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
To form one F, how many mastics are required?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Like that, if you want to form 2F, how many mastics are required? 1, 2, 3,
8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay,
8.
like that. Here, like that. Here it is to form 3. How many are required?
Sir, 12.
Okay. Now, can you understand by which will be our common formula for algebraic expression by which we can understand how many mastics are required to form C, F. Sometimes we can form U, you can form B, we can form triangle, you can form square. Yes or no? Getting?
Yes, sir.
One question. Let me answer the question. Suppose I want to make a square like this. Suppose I want to make a square like
Well,
this.
like
Okay.
this.
If I want to make 6 squares, how many mastics are required? Who can tell me? I'll make 6. I'll make 6. I have to make 6 squares. How many mastics are required? If I want to make 6 squares like this, how many mastics are required? Quick, fast. Can you tell? Very simple. To make one square, how many mastics are required?
4.
To make one square like this, how many mastics are required?
4 square.
4. To
4.
make 6, how many are required? To make 6, how many are required? कितना चाहिए? For one it is 4. 6 बनाने
23.
के लिए, sorry?
24.
24, yes. How can you know this? Now the formula for this is 4n. Yes or no? What
Yes,
n may
sir.
be? If I say 7, how much sticks are required? Yes?
Sir, 728.
4 multiplied by 7. Here n is 7. This is how we can create formulas, common formulas in algebra, so that we can solve our problem quite easily. Now understand? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now like that, maybe a question in your mind that it may come to your mind that here we can use only n, can't you use other numbers? तुम सोच रहोगे मैं बस n क्यों यूज करूं, m कर सकता हूं नहीं कर सकता? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely you can use m. Not only m, you can also use l, like example is given. You can also use l, p, x, y, g, all the things you can use. You can also use small a, small b, but the condition is it should be small letter, not a big letter, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So for example, the number 5 or number 100 of any number is not variable. How? They are fixed values. As I have told you, suppose we write 2n. We wrote 2n. Yes or no? Here,
Sir.
n is the variable, but 2 is not variable. 2 is a constant. They're called fixed values. What they're called? They were fixed values. Fixed
Values.
value means value of 2 will always be 2. It cannot change. Value of n can change. Value of n can be 5. Value of n can be 7, like that. Right? Okay, good. So this is not variable. 2 is not a variable. N is a variable. So this is called a constant value. This is called constant. This is called variable. Okay,
Yes,
good,
sir.
very good. Now we can see so many variables are there, and accordingly we can go further. Now let us go to move next. Okay, think of a shopkeeper. Let's think of a shopkeeper, right? Now a
Yes.
student went to buy notebooks from the shopkeeper. You know, now schools are going to open, so you need to prepare for your exam. So you have to write and you want notebooks. तुम्हें notebook चाहिए. Now what you did, you go to the shopkeeper and ask them, Uncle ji or Chacha ji, I want notebooks. Now Chacha ji बोलेंगे, अरे यार, how many notebook do you want? You say, you first tell me what is the cost of one notebook, क्योंकि accordingly मुझे हिसाब करना है. I have to calculate how much money I have and I will take the notebooks accordingly. Good. Now he says price of one more notebook is 5 rupees. Price of one notebook is 5
5
rupees.
rupees.
Okay. Now
Yes.
cost of one notebook is 5 rupees. Now Munu wants to buy 5 notebooks. Munu
Sir,
wants to buy 5 notebooks. But Sarah wants to buy 4 notebooks. Sarah wants to buy 4 notebooks. Understand? Munu
yes.
wants to buy 5, but Sarah wants to buy 4. Okay. Sarah wants to buy 4 notebooks. Getting? Now, cost of one notebook is 5 rupees. You understand? How much money they have to pay? Now, this is a big question. Is it a big question or small one? You have to make the
Small
point.
one.
Yes. Now, Munu wants to buy 5. How much money he has to pay? Cost of one is 5 rupees. He wants to buy 5 notes. How much money he has to pay? Yes.
She has to
Quick,
pay.
quick, fast.
Munu has to pay 25 rupees.
Yes, he will pay 25 rupees. But accordingly, Sarah has to pay how much? Sarah wants to buy 4 notebooks and cost of one notebook is 5 rupees. Now Sarah has to pay how much money?
Sir, 20 rupees.
20, because 5 is multiplied by 4. So here in this case, what you can see, we can see one thing very important, that is, what is the most important thing we can see? We can find the same thing in table. We can find the same in a table. Then what happens? In this table, you can understand To get one notebook, you need to pay 5 rupees. For two, we
Yes.
need 10. For three, you need to 15. Like that, it continues. So if you take one just small hint, look, if this is the requirement, take it M. M is the number of notebooks. So M can be variable, M can change. We can take one notebook, we can take 10 notebook, we can take 15. But the cost of notebook, is it changeable? 5 rupees. Is it changeable? No,
No,
it's a
sir.
fixed value. It's a fixed value. Note of cost of one notebook is 5 rupees, that's a fixed value. But number of notebooks, मतलब हम कितना नोटबुक लेंगे, 5 लेंगे, 10 लेंगे, 15 लेंगे, that's different. पर वो वेरिएबल है, वो चेंज कर सकते हैं। मोनू के पास पैसा कम है, पैसा ज्यादा है, वो 5 लिया। सारा के पास पैसा कम है, वो 4 लिया। उसको रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है तो 4 लिया उसने।
Yes,
But
sir.
cost will remain same. उसका cost हमें हम सबके लिए 5 रुपए से रहेगा। तो now understand 5 is the constant value and number of notebooks, number of notebooks मतलब किसको 4 चाहिए, किसको 5, किसको 10 चाहिए, that's a variable. So variable की जगह हमने क्या लिख दिया, यहाँ पर m लिख दिया, instead of
M.
m we wrote m. Now
सर
understand?
A M, हाँ जो भी कोई भी नंबर लिख सकते हैं।
Yes, any number A, B, C, D, E, F, L, J, anything. But it is commonly used X, Y, Z, M, and these are the commonly used literals. I mean letters. What is being used in algebra? Clear? Very good. So this is how we can understand how to write all these things. So do you understand what's the common formula for this? Yes, we have studied it. The common formula for this is, yes, this is the common formula. The total cost in rupees is equal to 5 is the cost of one notebook multiplied by how many notebooks do you want? Number of notebooks. I guess समझ. So this is the way how we can find a solution. We can find a solution to our problems. Okay, and this is
Yes.
how algebra is very, very interesting, and it gives us a lot of opportunity to apply this not only in the mathematical subject but also in a day-to-day life. We can use it to find small mathematical calculations, right? Good. Okay, now let us discuss one more example so that it will be quite clear for you people to understand how can you take the variables to get our answers. Okay, good. This is all about what? Munu and Sarah, how to take notebooks, right? Now, think of a situation. I think when 26th Jan or 15th August come, people become very happy. Yes, everyone. I was also. When I was a little baby like you people, we become very happy. Do you know why? That day no studies. Yeah, holiday. First of all. Second thing, in school, the principal sir gives us chocolates, biscuits, whatever may be, right? And the most important thing, we get an opportunity to admire our great leaders who lost their life to get our country free from British rule, not to British, from other foreign rules. So it's a great day to celebrate. And one of my friends, he never eat anything on that day. Do you know why? He keep fasting. आपको शायद ताज्जुब होगा सुन के। मेरा एक दोस्त है, वो उसी दिन कुछ नहीं खाएगा, बोलेगा दिस इज माय फास्टिंग डे। हर साल कोई ना कोई कुछ नहीं करेगा। वो लोग शिवरात्रि पे कोई कुछ दिन पे फास्टिंग रखते हैं, बट दैट फ्रेंड कीप फास्टिंग ऑन 26th Jan and 15th August. Yes, great guy. Okay, so if this is Republic Day, on that day what happens? You can see in New Delhi parades are being organized, yes or no? But this year due to corona, there may be some relaxation, but every year it is being organized at the state level, district level, even Delhi schools, everywhere there is parade. We do parade, right? Okay, in a parade your teacher says you have to make rows, and in one row there must be 110 students. How many students in one row? 10 students. There will be 10 students in a row, right? Okay, one thing is fixed, one row 10 students. Okay, if two rows are formed, how many students are there?
Sir 20 students.
Good. If we form three rows, how many students are there?
Sir 330.
30 students. Yes or no? Like that, here what we can say, it is very important to understand that we can make a common formula here, that is 10x or 10n or 10r. Per row you take small r, then you can say 10r. See, you can write here 10r like this. 10r children, yes or no? Because if row is 1, then 10 multiplied by 1. If there are 2 rows, 2 multiplied by 10. 5 rows, 10 multiplied by 5. So this is the formula what we can take for getting our answers. Good, very good. that you can give numerous examples, बहुत सारे example हम ले सकते हैं, and accordingly we can get our answers. We can get our answers. Okay, see, there is another very interesting example which is given over here, which is going to really help you people. This one very important. Sarita says that she has more 10 marbles in her collection than Amina. The two girls, Sarita and Amina, right? Sarita says she has 10 more marbles than Amina. Are you getting? देखो जब भी बच्चे होते हैं ना, छोटे छोटे बच्चे होते हैं, फाइट करते हैं, मेरे पास तुझसे ज्यादा चॉकलेट है. समटाइम्स घर में क्या होता है, भाई बहन होते हैं, भाई बोलते हैं, बहन बोलते हैं, देखो मम्मी ने मुझे तुमसे ज्यादा केक खाने के लिए दे दिया, या मुझे ज्यादा क्या कुछ ज्यादा कुछ खाने के लिए बिस्कुट दे दिया खाने के लिए, तो 4 दिन मुझे 5 दे दिया. Is it no? Sometimes it happens. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Like the Sarita says, she has 10 marbles. She has 10
10
marbles.
marbles.
Yes, she has 10 marbles more than Amina in her collection. Collection मतलब sometimes some people collect stamp,
Sir,
some people
collect.
collection घर में रखना जिसको collection बोलते हैं. Suppose अमीना के पास जितना है we don't know, but सरिता के पास उसके ज्यादा है 10, right? आप क्या करेंगे? Suppose अमीना के पास 20 है तो 20, then how much is with सरिता? अगर अमीना के पास 20 मार्बल्स है, सरिता के पास कितना मार्बल होगा? Obviously more 10. It means 20 plus 10, that is 30. Yes or no? If Amina has 30, how much will be with Sarita? Same thing, 30 with 10 or plus 10, addition of 10, that is 40. Now getting whatever may be the marbles with Amina, we have to add 10 so that we can find the marbles of Sarita. So can you make a new formula for this? That is Sarita's marbles.
Marble.
Yes, here we can say Sarita's marbles is equal to Amina's marble plus 10. Whatever may be with Amina, maybe 1, then 1 plus 10, 11, maybe 1000 plus 10, 1010. So finally we can conclude that here we can say we can find a common formula that Sarita's marble is equal to x plus 10. Now getting x is the what here? X is the constant over here. X is the constant, but sorry, 10 is the constant over here, 10 is the constant, but x is the variable. X is the variable because we don't know what are the exact amount of marbles present with Amina. It can be 1, it can be 10, it can be 100, it can be something else. So this is the way how we can understand and express our mathematical terms in what? In algebraic form, and it will help us to get the answers. Look, this is what the expression x plus 10 cannot be simplified further. उससे आगे हम नहीं कर सकते. Yes, we cannot simplify it. Look, now you cannot confuse one thing. There is 10x, there is also x plus 10. Let me make it clear to you. X plus 10 भी है, 10x भी है. 10x कहाँ लगेगा, x plus 10 कहाँ लगेगा? Who can tell me? Okay, let me clear it to you people. X plus 10 is there and also 10x is there. Okay, let me clear it to you. Suppose you have to buy one chocolate and the price of one chocolate is 10 rupees. Now,
Yes.
suppose your friend goes to market and he brought 7 chocolates for you. Then which rule will apply? Cost of one chocolate is 10 rupees. He bought 7 chocolates. What's the price? 10 multiplied by 7. If
Yes,
you go
sir.
to market, you brought 8 chocolates. What is that? 10 multiplied by 8. So there
80.
in that condition, we use this one. We use this formula 10x. It means 10 multiplied by the value of each chocolate, right? Because it's the numbers of chocolates depends on the price of each chocolate. But 10x means if someone's price is more than something. Suppose suppose you brought one chocolate, your brother brought or sister brought another chocolate. Chocolate A, you brought chocolate A, she brought chocolate B. Now if you compare the price, you can say, oh, तुम्हारे पास जो चॉकलेट है ना, उसका प्राइस मुझसे थोड़ा कम है, या उल्टा क्या होगा, मेरा चॉकलेट का प्राइस तुमसे ज्यादा है. Getting? Sometimes we compare. देखो मेरे प्राइस लिखा है 8 रुपया, तुम्हारा लिखा है 10 रुपया. Then mine is 2 rupees less, yours is 2 rupees more. Getting? In that
Yes,
condition, we have to use x plus 10. We have to use x plus 10.
X
Okay?
plus 10.
Getting? Very good. So this is all about what? Algebraic expressions. You can make it clear. This is also example of Raju. Please read it and do one thing. go to exercise 11.1. Try it today so that we can have a quick review. And if you have any doubt, I will make it clear to you next class. Get it?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So thank you all. Thanks for being with me. And today you must finish 11.1.